What's up, ladies? Welcome back to the channel. Sarah here from Lather Bath Co., the accidental handmade business owner, I guess would be the best way, or how I have been explaining myself. In today's video, we are doing a step-by-step planning your launch. That's where our focus is. Before we get into that value, I just wanted to let you guys know that I am officially back. I am back on TikTok. I am back here. My website is back. I needed a little break. First of all, my family and I found out that I am expecting our third child. We're now halfway through, but my first trimester really took a heavy toll on me. And quite honestly, I had like a whole winter collection planned to launch for the holiday season, but the scent of literally everything made me sick. It made me absolutely sick. So I needed to take that time off, not only for our new baby, but also we sold our house and moved. And this was not, overly planned out. We kind of like listed it on a whim and it sold within 3 days. So things were just really happening quickly. So I did need to take that step back, but here I'm back. I'm feeling great. I'll show you my bump on another day. And so yeah, that's why my background looks different. I'm filming in actually what will be our baby's room, or our nursery. And yeah, hopefully like the lighting and sound and everything is okay. It sounds to me like it might be a little bit echoey, but sometimes you just can't tell that, until you've like filmed your entire video and then go back. So if it sucks for this video, sorry. I will try and get that better for the next one. So let's get into today's actual content. Today's video is actually going to be like part one of probably a 2 or 3 part series about product launching and kind of everything that goes into that. Today is really focused on like tips and setting yourself up for success and kind of how to build that foundation, or kind of like the baseline that you can follow each time you plan a launch. So just to really quick, let's just hop right on into the value for today's video. In order to plan a successful product launch, whether you're launching one category or 2 categories like bath bombs and soaps, or bath bombs, soaps, and 7 other things, no matter what it is you're launching, a specific collection, you need to have all of these pieces in place in order for it to be successful. And each time you do it, it will become easier and more of like a, like a second nature. You'll kind of know more what to expect each time you refine those skills. First things first, you definitely want to follow all of the organizational kind of like procedures that you have in place for your normal life. So if you have a planner that you carry around in your purse, if you take notes and put them in your phone, if you use your phone's calendar, if you plan on a laptop, however you plan for your regular life outside of planning for your business, following that same technique will really help you stay focused and worry less about what you may be forgetting. So for me, I plan in a notebook, and actually it's this notebook right here. I love to plan in a notebook. I love that paper, pencil, erasing things that need to be erased, refining things, crossing them out. I'm just a paper, pencil kind of gal. And just as kind of like a follow-up tip to that, if you're the type of person like me that likes to plan in a notebook or in a planner or something like tangible that you can hold in your hand aside from your laptop or an electronic, I would always recommend using a pencil. That way you can just kind of like erase those mistakes as they happen. The next thing you need to do is take account for everything that you already have. And this means taking inventory of products that you have available. This means taking inventory and writing the amounts of how much of each ingredient, additive, fragrance oil, color block, whatever materials you have, all of your packaging. Don't forget your packaging, because that one can be a huge, oh, I can't believe I forgot to plan for. You know, you want to make sure that you have the correct amount of everything that you have. That way you know, okay, I already have 5 pounds of wax. I don't need to order wax, or I only have 5 pounds of wax. I do need to order wax, you know. And these tips really, they don't just go for just a soap making or a bath bomb making business. You can really apply them to anything that you are, you know, any kind of small business that sells products or holds inventory, especially those where we hand make our products. I can tell you from experience, the absolute worst thing is realizing that you need a box or you need a piece of packaging that you don't have. So making sure you inventory and clearly mark those things that you need to reorder before your collection launches. After we take inventory and mark everything that we are running low on, the next thing you want to do, and this really only applies if you already have sales under your belt, you want to figure out which products are your best selling products and which products are your worst selling products. And I do have a tip if you don't have any sales yet. I'll get to that in just a second. But again, you want to mark those top sellers. Obviously, you're going to want to make sure that you have enough supplies and materials to create those. Again, if you're planning on it, although if it's your best seller, kind of like, why wouldn't you plan to sell it again, you know? So you want to make sure that you have everything you need for your best sellers, and then take a look at your worst selling items or the items that you have sold none of, and really consider, are you going to keep them as a part of your catalog? So, you know, you got to take that into consideration. Your worst seller may just be something that needs to come out a little bit longer. Maybe you just need to, you know, update what the product information talks about. That's really a tip for another day, so I don't want to talk about that in this video particularly, but you do want to be aware of what that worst seller is so you can make a thoughtful strategic decision on whether or not it's going to make an appearance in your new collection. Now, if you don't have any sales under your belt, here is what I would suggest. Most businesses these days, I'm assuming your business would as well, have some sort of social media, right? So even if you're just starting out, what are the things that are getting the most attention? What TikToks have the most views? What products are featured in that? What really died? Did anyone ask you questions about one of the things that you featured? Just take a look at your social media and see. Even if you don't have a following on social media, you might still have those people that are looking and considering buying your products. You could also ask family and friends, like, hey, would you mind taking a look at my website? Tell me, what would you be most likely to buy and least likely to buy? That will give you a really good perspective from a bunch of different people who feel comfortable with you. You know, they can tell you the truth. They can say, well, I would rather buy this than this. And that will help you kind of get a glimpse of what could be or what is potentially a bestseller or a quick seller for you in the future. And you know what, that actually, I don't know how this reminds me, like, I guess it's just really the way that my brain works. When you take I should have talked about this with the inventory. When you take an inventory of all of your supplies, you need to check the expiration for all of the ingredients that you have. The worst thing you can possibly do is spend your valuable time, resources, energy, other ingredients, making something only to find out after you're done that it's expired. Or even worse, if you were to forget and then sell the product and someone had a reaction because something that you used was expired. You really just want to take into special consideration and take account for each individual ingredient and when they expire. And who knows, if you've got a product or you've got an ingredient that's expiring 6 months from now, that might actually inspire you to use that item in a way that you hadn't thought of before. And my last kind of like note or tip before you actually get into the planning of your product collection is really check out like how you have all of these materials organized. If they're looking a little bit rough or you need to kind of rethink, you know, what organizational techniques you have in place, now's a really great time to do that. You know, it's kind of, if you think about it, launching a new collection or bringing a new category into your business is really, it's not, I don't want to say reinventing because it's not reinventing, but it's like adding inventiveness. I don't know what the word is for it, but it's kind of like, you know, you can use it as an opportunity to bring yourself anew. So if you didn't like the way that things were going before, this is actually a really great opportunity to make those changes that will improve your business moving forward. To put a little bow around today's video, I know it was kind of a lot of information and I didn't give you the actual steps, but again, these like strategic foundational things that you need are really necessary before you even plan a collection. You got to know where you've been, where you want to go, and where you never want to see again before you can plan that collection. Don't forget to subscribe because next week on Thursday at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I'm going to post my video that walks you through each individual step of planning an actual collection. Trust me, it's an excellent video, and if you don't know where to go from here, that will be the perfect video for you to see next. So that's all for today's video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you hopefully next week. Comment and let me know what you guys have been up to. I've missed you. I've missed posting. I know I posted last week, but that video was actually filmed a while back, in my old house. I had just never posted it because, again, I filmed it right before all of those wonderful blessings occurred. So that video was a little bit old. I want to know what you guys have been up to. Let me know, and I will hopefully see you next week.